According to Mythos, 100% of you are subscribed. Good job.
So, I was finally able to catch up with Honkai Star Rail's Trailblazer mission. I ended up doing the Amphoreus quest over the weekend, as well as the 2.7 storyline quest, because I was not able to do it back during that time, because I was moving. That being said, I did have a lot of fun doing these storylines, and I feel like this is also kind of like bias on my end because I am a huge fan of Greek mythology. So in Amphoreus, I am feasting with the lore. I have been looking here and there, and I do plan to make some videos on Amphoreus when I do get the chance, especially when like we get to explore more of it in future patches. But for the time being, while I still am recovering my voice, because you might notice that I still sound a little bit weird, we're gonna be looking at the main Trailblazer mission, and in particular I want to talk about why it feels like March 7th's absence is very noticeable, or at least it was very noticeable to me, right? Because this is the first journey that we have in the game where she doesn't come along with us. This is a duo journey with just us and Dan Hong, which, I don't know, like, it was great, don't get me wrong, but it did feel a little bit strange not having more companions with us. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about why that specific charm of the game felt like it was missing, and why I do want it back at some point because of the elements that it brings towards the storyline. So one of the reasons why I believe that March 7th's absence can really be felt is sort of because of a sense of familiarity. We have been with her in every single journey so far, while we have been with the Astral Express. She's been there in Herta Space Station, in Bellabug, in the Xianzhou twice, and even in Penacony to a certain extent. Like, I know that we weren't with her all the time during the story, but she was there, she was sending us text messages. We kind of got like an idea of like also just like the whole Express crew being with us, except Dan Hong, right? But in every moment you're kind of wondering, oh, I'm wondering what's happening with this party member or this party member or this party member. In here, it really didn't feel like that was also an element that we could see, right? Because at every single point we knew what was going along with Danhang. We knew Danhang was staying behind and protecting the city. We knew that Danhang separated with us because he was being sent over to fight against Nikador. And like the fact that we don't have like an extensive party kind of removed that aspect from it. We could still be left wondering what is going to happen with March, and if she's going to make a swift recovery, what will Black Swan do to fix things. And we even got like a little teaser of things to come with Welt and Sunday again, which is a storyline that I'm certainly looking forward to. But it is something that definitely, like I said, like is missing from like the major part of the story, especially given the fact that the Amphoreus quest probably took me like 12 hours to do because I go through content very slowly. At the same time, because March 7th's not here, there's just not like that funny back and forth that we usually have with March, because she is to a certain extent a comic relief character. She's there to be goofy, to be sort of just like she's meant to be like the glue that keeps the Express together to an extent. So being divided like this felt a little bit jarring. This isn't like, I don't know, like I just feel like that like little element was something that I genuinely loved from previous adventures that I cannot find in this time. Now, this next point is one that I honestly don't really want to talk too much about, but I feel like it's still something that needs to be addressed, and it's the lack of voiceovers. At no point has this been the voice actor's fault, and this is honestly more than anything a problem for the English side of the game, right? Because I, like, you know, like not having Dan Hong or the Trailblazers voices definitely feels odd given the fact that they are the main party members from the Astral Express that have come into Amphoreus. And just to be completely unbiased, I will admit, I enjoyed myself, and I still try to watch the game again. Like, I literally took even longer than 12 hours to go through my, like, in actuality, me doing the whole Amphoreus quest took way longer, because I was also watching on the side a playthrough in another language for the game, that so that I can get more immersed. And heck, you know what, I watch anime, so I've gotten used to reading, even though I'm dyslexic as hell. But still, like, there have been moments where it definitely feels a lot more engaging when all the voices are there. And I don't know, like, not having March's voice is something that does feel still, even on the other language, a little bit weird, because I miss just the funny banter that this character brings, and has been bringing in all the freaking time. Also, like, minor little thing, but just like the lack of voiceovers meant I had to do a lot more reading than usual. And like I mentioned before, I'm not sure if I'm like repeating this one, like, I'm dyslexic as hell, so I am bad at reading. But hey, I guess that makes me a proper Honkai Star Rail player, right? Like, regardless of, I know there were parts that were lost in me not properly reading, so I definitely want to go back to certain parts that were unvoiced and properly revisit them so that I can actually understand what's going on. And at the same time, this is a minor gripe that I want to talk about, that I'm glad it's getting fixed. But like, the black text screens were something that I definitely did not like, and I will admit that it's one of the things from pacing that I did not enjoy. I feel like it could be done visually sometimes, but in other moments, I kind of wish there had been like a little narrator to just read down one voice line. I don't know. That being said, yeah, like, that's one of the points that I feel like is important for me to address. The last thing that I want to talk for this video may be a bit of a weird one, but it's still one that I consider to be really important, and it is the fact that, technically speaking, March has been the unofficial guide for every single one of the planets. I know that she's not a local to these planets, so it makes no sense to call her a guide, but bear with me. The main thing is that March 7th is essentially the mascot of Star Rail. Her face is literally the app's icon, as well as all the social media profile pictures, for a reason. And legitimately speaking, right, whenever we've gone through a new planet, she has been the one that has been the most eager to explore, to visit, to learn about the place. And it's because she is essentially the best representation of a tourist of sorts. She has been our eyes in the game, like, you know, like, that encourages exploration, to actually learn the cultures, know like what the hell has been going on in the place. I don't know, like, I'm not sure if like it makes sense what I'm saying, but it's like, I feel like she is the main element that drives the Trailblaze experience during the game. This is also helped out a lot by the fact that she is a very bubbly personality person. Like, she's very happy, she's very nice, and there's like a lot of back and forth that we usually have with her throughout the stories. Heck, I really miss saying something stupid and then being received, like, just receiving the freaking March 7th like death stare of like, really, did you really just say that? I don't know, it's just like the small little things that matter in the game for me. But I will admit, right, this is the one thing that I have to say in favor of not bringing March into the story. It's that Amphoreus is meant to be a very serious, very dark, very, I don't know how to say it, but like, you're not supposed to be like too happy during the Amphoreus quest. You're supposed to take things seriously, because the stake of the world is at hand, and this has been like a prophecy for people for many years now. So March would not have probably fit in the grand scheme of things of the story, and that is why Danhong is actually such a perfect fit for this. That being said, there's no voices, so it feels a little bit weird. And again, there's like that little element of like, we know of Amphoreus, but we haven't learned that much of it yet, which is something that I really want to dissect and go into at a later date. But yeah, I feel like I'm yapping perhaps a little bit too much, so let's start wrapping up this video. So yeah, with all that being said and done, thank you very much for watching all the way up to this point of the video. It really means a lot to me. I know that this video is a lot shorter than what I'm used to making, but at the same time, I had been needing to rest my voice after the Every Curious Lore series. That was a lot of fun. I had so much fun making those videos, and a new long series is gonna be on its way pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. I know that a big chunk of you came from that series, and I'm hoping that you all enjoyed it. I ended up murdering my voice during that time because I'm not used to the weather, the cold weather that I'm in right now. I moved from somewhere that is positive 24 degrees Celsius to now negative 24 degrees Celsius on the worst days. The weather has become a little bit more reasonable now, thankfully. But no, yeah, like, and my throat could not handle that tone shift a lot, and I'm still like sort of recovering, as you can probably tell. That being said, no, like, I'm enjoying my time here. I'm pursuing my graduate degree in marketing, which has been a blast. I'm really just thankful that I get this opportunity to not only just do what I love here on YouTube, but also just actually be able to pursue further this career change. But yeah, like, I'm yapping perhaps a little bit too much about that. I just want to say that I'm thankful to you guys for all the support that you have given me while making these videos throughout the past year. I still can't believe how far we have reached. It blows my mind that we're on our way to 4,000. We're growing strong, and yeah, without like without extending this way more than it needs to be. I couldn't find the word. Thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping you'll have a great rest of your day, night, morning, whatever time zone applies to you at the time of watching this video. And I'll see you all in the next one.